Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam, and today I'm starting this week's vlog in the car. I just got to work and I have a few minutes before I have to go inside, so I figured why not start the vlog now. This week I just wanted to do a very casual reading vlog. I have still a bunch of library holds that I need to work through, and I figured let's just see what I can read this week. Starting off this morning, I did end up finishing a book. I had about 70 pages left of Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book in the Grandest Game trilogy, which is a continuation of the Inheritance games. I don't love this series, honestly. I'm regretting a bit continuing it. I just don't really like any of the characters, and I feel like this book specifically was a lot slower than the first one. There was a lot less riddles and clues, and it's supposed to be a bit like a scavenger hunt type game for these characters. I just felt like there wasn't much happening. There was a lot more stuff, like the background plot, I guess, going on, which was interesting to change the relationship dynamics a bit, but I just don't love the characters and just the way that it's written or the way that the characters talk. Nobody actually says what they mean. They're all like talking in riddles, and I just never can pick up on like the clues or what they're talking about. So that might just be a me problem, but I'm very much looking forward to this series being over. Don't get me wrong, I did still enjoy it. I think it's probably like a 3-star. It was like fine, a fun little mystery element, but yeah, the series just for me personally is not for me. This book did have a lot to do with the like collection of short stories that she released previously, so I am glad that I ended up reading that. There's a lot of ties to things that happen in that book, so I am intrigued to see how the series is going to close out. And then the next book that I packed with me that I'm hoping to get a bit read today is Stars Above by Stephanie Meyer. This is the last book that I have to read in the Lunar Chronicles series, and again, this is just a collection of bonus stories, I think. So hopefully I can get through it pretty quickly. I think there's 9 different stories, so we'll see how that goes. That's all I have today. Hopefully we have a great reading week. I hope that you have a great reading week as well. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to do a check-in for Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. I am on page 245, so I have 3 little stories left. I feel like there's sometimes that I'm reading this book and I feel like it's taking me forever to read it, and then there's other times that I can read very, very quickly. So I don't know what's up with that, but I'm really enjoying this. I thought they were like bonus chapters to the things that are happening within the rest of the series, but it's more extra stories of our characters growing up, so before the events of the rest of the series. And I'm really enjoying it. I kind of forgot some of the characters and main things that happen in the rest of the series, so it took me a minute to just sort of get into it and remember everything that was happening. But I feel like I'm right back in the series again, and I'm really enjoying getting to learn more about our characters and just sort of their origin story and how the state of the world and all of our characters ended up being at the start of the series. I'm having a really fun time with this. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it today, but I would really like to, so that I could get another book read this week, but we'll see. I forgot to mention when I checked in or introed this video the other day, I've also been listening to Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter on like any of my drives. And this has just been exactly what I was hoping for. It's just very silly. I feel like it would come off of being really cringy. There are some really cringy lines and moments in this book, but I feel like with the way that the narrator is doing this book, and just because of the way that I went into this, just looking for a silly fun time, it comes off as being very funny. It's very much just like a typical romance. Our main characters meet at a coffee shop because Izzy takes a coffee that was meant for somebody named Amy, proceeds to turn around and spill it all over Blake, our male main character's chest, and they continue to bump into each other and end up working at the same company, and he ends up being her like boss's boss. And so it's kind of this like forbidden romance and like a workplace romance, trying to figure out how they can be together with their situation. And I think their friendship and just conversations are hilarious, but also really sweet. So I'm having a great time. I will be finishing that today. I only have like a half an hour left. I think it's very much just a 3-star. It's nothing excellent, but it's exactly what I needed at the time. And I've had a lot of fun listening to it. Hi, everybody. I figured I would do a check in. I don't really remember the last things that I updated you on, but I'm feeling very tired, very lazy, lethargic today. Just do not want to do much of anything. But the other day, I ended up finishing Stars Above by Marissa Meyer, which also completes a series off my series tracker list, which is really fun and exciting. I ended up really liking this. I think I settled on like a 3.5-star rating. It wasn't anything extraordinary, but I did love getting the bonus chapters of all of the characters that we see throughout the series and their sort of origin stories before the events of the main series, and some of the things that just led up to the main plot. And then the very last story was like an epilogue and took place after all of the events in the series, and it was just so sweet seeing everybody back together and like happy. So I did really enjoy this. I feel like it took me a bit to get into because it has been a little while since I read the series, but I'm very glad to have finished the series, get the series off of my list, and I'm really glad that I did end up reading these bonus chapters. I was considering not reading this, but very glad that I did. Really love seeing all of the characters and how everything ended up. And then yesterday I ended up starting These Summer Storms by Sarah McLean. I obviously this is from the library. I also have it on like as an ebook, so I have it on my Kobo. And so yesterday I only read this little, actually I think I read like almost one more chapter, but pretty much just this little bit. And then I was reading all morning, and now I think my Kobo said like 38% into it, and I'm really enjoying this. The thing I heard or saw some people talking about this book when it first came out earlier this summer, but I didn't really know what it like the actual plot of it was. And I think I remember just hearing that people enjoyed it and immediately put it on hold at the library. And I put both options on hold because I wasn't sure what I was going to be able to get first. I did get the physical book first, but then got the ebook very soon after. So the goal was to do a bit of a hybrid read, but I've definitely been focusing on the ebook, and I do need to go to the library and take back a bunch of library books. But in this one, we are following Alice, who is the third child to this billionaire tech guy, I guess. And she had some sort of falling out with her family 5 years ago, and she's coming home for the first time because her father has passed away. There's just a lot of like family drama. There's a bit of a challenge to everybody getting their inheritance. So we're getting to see their dynamics, a bit about the way that these kids were raised, a bit about their current lives, and then the main focus of this book is Alice, but we do get little chapters of the rest of the siblings. So I'm really enjoying it so far, and all I want to do is read and figure out what is going to happen. It's kind of reminiscent of The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, which came out and I read earlier this year, just in the sense that there was a death in the family, and with the reading of the will and everything comes out with secrets, and there's family drama, and I'm sure there's a lot of books that follow a similar plot, but that's just the one that I read most recently. But I'm very much enjoying it, and I'm excited to continue and see where this plot takes me. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to wrap up this video because I have since finished these summer storms, working with very minimal, awful lighting, but it is what it is. I ended up really loving these summer storms. I settled on like a 4-star rating. I really loved the rich people family drama that came with them having to complete some task in order to receive their inheritance from their dad. And I don't know, just like the family dynamics, and something had happened 5 years earlier that caused our main character, Alice, to not be in communication with the family. So, learning about that, learning about what everybody else was going through, I just found it to be very interesting. It was very like fast paced. I never wanted to put it down, although the chapters were pretty long. Obviously, we are following Alice. She is our main POV, so we get the most of her thoughts and experiences. And the one thing that really, I guess, bothered me or didn't sit well with me is the fact that she kept having this same argument, same conversation over and over again with how her family was never there for her when she had this falling out, and just kept using that against everybody, but never thought about being in their shoes and what they may have been dealing with at the time. So I think that's why it wasn't a 5-star or anything higher than 4 stars. I did also find this to be very atmospheric because there was one part in this book that there was this huge thunderstorm, and I genuinely thought that it was actually storming, like in real life, but it was not. It was just my book. But I had a really good time. I love the family dynamics and the drama, and the romance was sweet. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like the ending really came full circle. But that is the last book that I'm going to be reading this week. This vlog didn't really go the way that I thought it was going to go. I'm still really trying to find time to film B-roll, especially with my new schedule, but I sat down and planned out videos for the whole rest of the year, and I'm really excited about some of them specifically. So hopefully this is just the beginning of some fun content. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video anyway. Let me know down below if you have read any of these books, what your thoughts are, or what the most recent book that you read was. I would love to chat with you. All of my links are linked down below for all of the various corners of the internet. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.